Hello, hello. I am here. Welcome back, everybody. We got a few people in chat already. How is it going? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm just going to make sure our YouTube side of things is set up as well so I can see the chat over there. Here we go. Excellent, excellent. Hi. We got Krogan Girl, Durgo, Sad Kitten, Chip, Tiger Man. Thank you so much for 23 months of resubscription. That is literally almost 2 years. That is absolutely insane. Hello, Sad Kitten and Wicked Bunny. Kitsune's Art Official. Hi. And we'll do a posture check. Posture check already. You got it. Oh, lurking in the process of getting Eep. You know what? That's fair enough. I got like the afternoon EPs as well. And when like it hits somewhere between 2:30 and 3:30 and you feel the nap. You feel the nap settling into your bones and you're like, "No! I have things to do. Body, do not betray me." I'll do a hydrate there as well. Already taking good care of the streamer, I see. How are you guys doing? What were you doing for your Wednesday? I had to do banking shit today, bookkeeping shit, and because apparently I am a business. Yeah, content creators are a business. Isn't that wild? That is absolutely crazy to me. So had to do that, and then of course, because safe sluts get tested regularly, also went in because I had copious amounts of sinning the other week. Do it like pro. Hey, Pearl Snap, thank you so very much for the resubscription with Prime for 6 months, and thank you very much for that. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, exactly. All hail naps. I am pretty sure there is a gif of this. Last 2 nights barely got any eep. Stayed up late yesterday. Yeah, I feel that. I need to... One of my next things on the list is I need to actually go see a doctor and see if I can get my tonsils taken out because they have just been driving me absolutely crazy. I get 2 hours less sleep than usual and they go full SOS, DEFCON 1, Mayday, and it's getting old. It's getting real old. Don't call me, no, I can't answer. Tech Boy, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you. So yeah, we had, let's see. Where was my train of thought? Right, sin. So, like I was saying, safe. I'm sorry. Like I said, my tonsils are acting up on me for absolutely no good reason, but I went in this afternoon, did the thing where you get tested after you have new play partners because that is very important. You get stay safe out there. All hail naps. All hail naps indeed. Are we getting snow? We are getting snow today. It did snow as well. Woke up to a little bit of snow and then it kept snowing throughout the day. So once again, it's cold. We're also looking at moving. We're gonna have to move in May. So yeah, basically just a little bit over a month and I've got to have my life packed out of this space and into a different one. Queen Rosie, you look gorgeous. Thank you, Nora. Thank you. I was going to do a full e-girl look today, like the hair and everything, and then I was like, nah, this is fine. This'll do. Why we gotta move? Well, we have to move because number one, our lease is up. And number two, the landlord wants to sell this place. And so, the month-to-month situation that he wants to put us into is not ideal. So we have a place lined up. We'll find out hopefully by this weekend concretely if everything's going smoothly. Where are we moving? We'll see. We're waiting to see if we actually got the place or not. Hi Chip, welcome back. And so yeah, it is an opportunity to cut down on a bunch of stuff that I have, just a bunch of useless furniture, things like that I don't really need in the space anymore, old set pieces, just cutting it all down, making it easier on myself. So yeah, moving is a lot of work. It's so much work. So that's what part of me is just in a mood to get rid of stuff. I've moved so often in the past couple of years that I've gotten to the point of, you know what, I don't actually need that thing. If I have not used it in the past like couple of months, it's going. It's gotta go. Moving gives you new decorating opportunities. Yeah, my money goes into this. It goes into cosplay stuff. Like most of my money doesn't go into decor anymore. It goes into, yeah, you never know how much junk you have till you have to move. It's very true. It's very true. And I'm looking at like a whole bunch of books. I have like a bookcase upstairs full of stuff that I have not picked up. There'll be like a couple books here and there for sentimental reasons I'll hang on to, but otherwise. Crimson Faith, thank you so very much for the resubscription. Thank you, thank you. That is so very appreciated. Be careful, many regrets of having to leave, donate, or trash things. You see, I have object permanence problems. So unless something is immediately being used by me, it's out. I don't remember it. It's gone. I actually don't think there's anything I've ever gotten rid of that I've regretted. Because I'm like, usually I only ever get rid of something that I have not touched or looked at in a very long time. And most things that I would get rid of, I could easily get back in some way. I don't get rid of something that's like completely irreplaceable. Jesus fucking Christ. Brain cells. I put most of my brain cells into this morning, apparently. When it comes to bookkeeping and stuff like that, like, just let me be pretty on the internet. Ugh. Why do I have to do the back end stuff? Why? Just me begging the government, please, I am small and I am sleepy. Tax the billionaires more and leave me alone so I don't have to math. I am small, I am gay, and I'm sleepy. This is so much. Please. Just let me be small, gay, and sleepy on the internet and just tax some billionaires some more. It'll be fine. Exactly. Just let me be pretty on the internet. I don't math. Saw a skit about a guy with ADHD offering a neighbor some peanut butter. He finds 5 in different states of use, and his roommate brings in another. Oh my, yeah. Yeah, that is relatable. That is relatable. However, my version tends to be, instead of having 5 things of peanut butter, no things of peanut butter, because every time I prompt myself to remember to buy peanut butter, I just don't remember. And then I'll write it all down on a list, so I'll have the list when I'm grocery shopping, and then I'll leave the house, realize I forgot the list, and come home without peanut butter again. So yeah, mine tends to be neglect. I don't have an overabundance of things. I tend to have an underabundance. I tend to be under and without, because you just, whatever the case may be. But the likelihood of me being ADHD is, given my family history and given the way that I be, is very high. No, math makes me sad. Math makes me stressed and sad. Hello to Salte. Or to Salite? To Salite. I'm not quite sure exactly how it's pronounced, but hi. I feel like that's a mood. Being too small, gay, and eepy to function with math, I think, is a mood that a lot of people can relate to. And honestly, I think we should be able to go to the government and say, I am small, I'm gay, and I'm sleepy. Please leave me alone. Please, at least for the year. This year, just a pass, please. I am small. Of course, they never do that. That they'll never give us any such anything. Like, I really wish we could just choose a billionaire and like sacrifice them for us and be like, that person, that guy, Bezos is paying my stuff this year. They won't even feel it. I feel like that's something that we should be able to do, because we could guillotine them. Like, we could bring back guillotines in Minecraft. So I feel like us being like, you pay our taxes or else revolution seems like a fitting compromise. Put the list in the notes app on your phone. Yeah, that's me and the notes app have a love-hate relationship where I remember it exists maybe 3 times a year. And I have important stuff in it. Yeah. Rosie is pro-human sacrifice. Maybe in specific Minecraft-related situations. Phoenix, you are taking pre-calc over the summer and currently in algebra and trigonometry. I'm so sorry. My condolences. I mean, if you enjoy that, sure. But, woof. I don't envy. Better you than me. Better you than me, because I cannot math at all. Sad Kitten, you like math? Well, once again, better you than me. Funny how Kellogg's was like, let them eat cereal. They actually did, though. Because the whole Marie Antoinette saying let them eat cake probably didn't happen, but Kellogg's saying let them eat cereal absolutely just did. So, yeah. I've also just been... also, I will admit, in a little bit of a state of being stressed the fuck out, because I know, like, for a lot of you, if you have been listening to my content for a while, you've heard me talk about FOSTA SESTA, you've heard me talk about the Kids Online Safety Act that they're trying to, like, bring in. And it's just, there's been some really awful stuff happening on the internet that will very negatively impact both free speech and online content creators. Pronounce it however you want. They all sound good. Okay. You're doing pretty good in it? That's good. Your mom used to write out this, wrap them around the strap of her purse and staple them? Just staple the list to her purse. I guess it's one way to get it done. I'm very much into STEAM and that sort of thing. I'm not sure what the correlation is between STEAM and math. Anything beyond basic math and geometry hurts the thinking goo. Yeah, same. Very much same. I'm like, no, please. It's just the buffer, the buffering thing. So, yesterday, I saw Alaska is trying to put forth a bill that would allow parents to sue spicy content creators for exposing their children to harmful material. So, where FOSTA SESTA let people sue the platform, now it's going after individual creators. And I think anybody could kind of see what the problem with that would be, because, like, some of my content, if like I post something kind of like spicy to Reddit or Twitter, then a parent out there could just sue me for my expression, which honestly, they're basically like, your free speech put my kid at risk, which means you can't have your free speech anymore. And that's a fucking problem. That's a real big fucking problem. And it's also, how would it be enforceable? I think practically it would be a fucking mess. I think it would be absolutely insane. Hi, Dusk. Welcome back. Steam is extra smart. Do you mean Steam or STEM? Because I'm like, I also like Steam. I just bought a game off of Steam yesterday. Can I sue the Catholic Church for exposing children to spicy content? Honestly, I feel like we should be able to sue pastors for exposing children to spicy content, aka the Bible. Hello, B Manzilla. Hi. Hello, hello. I see a few people just popped in over on the YouTube side of things. Hello, hello over there. Hi. Steam is the same as STEM, but with the arts added in. Oh, because I was thinking Steam, Steam, the gaming platform. Yeah, Dubbible. Giving cabaret singer vibes. Ooh, I can live with that. I can live with that. Hello, Mochi. Heard your story on Armchair Anonymous. Sending all the love. Well, thank you for popping over here to say hi. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you enjoyed that episode. I very much appreciate that they gave me a platform to talk about my experience. That's something I'm super, super appreciative of. As an American, the U.S. needs to be quarantined from the rest of the world until this lunacy dies out. Well, considering that the U.S. was founded on religious extremism, I'm not surprised that they're getting this neurotic this neurotic and controlling. And the problem becomes, like, they're not going to stop with spicy content. They're doing this to Netflix already. Like, they're already trying to take Netflix on for Netflix exposing kids to stuff. And this is nuts. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here because, like, do that. Do it. Bye. Hey, Panama. Hi, that is a long time. How's it going? So basically, if you post to Reddit, you can mark something as anything NSFW gets marked NSFW. You're streaming on Twitch, you put the 18 plus filter on. You can put an 18 plus filter on Twitter. Like, every platform has its own version of stuff. So to come at content creators, come at Netflix. Netflix has, and YouTube, both Netflix and YouTube have a kids-only platform. So it's like, what the fuck do you mean you're coming for Netflix for putting kids at risk when they have a kids-only section that you should be keeping your kid in? Why is this everyone else's problem? Why is your kid our problem? Because while, like, yes, community and all of that is important, your kid is not my community. Your kid is not related to me. I'm not your kid's family. I'm not their parents. I'm not their community. I want nothing to do with raising your fucking kid. And if you think that my voice, my content, my experience, because here's the thing, like, I just did the podcast episode, right, where I was talking about my lived experience leaving the Adventist church. Well, leaving the Adventist church, I experienced SA, and I also had to engage in side quest labor to survive. That's my story. So for some parent out there to be like, you talking about what you had to do to survive puts my kid at risk is some fucking bullshit. Fuck your kid. I should still be able to talk about my fucking life. You neurotic fuck. As you're on a brain thought, no, you're all good. Remember, the Bible has spice. The Bible has so much spicy content in it. So, like, Song of Solomon, just by itself, there is so much titty. They wax lengthy about titties in Song of Solomon. No, 100%. Fuck your kid. I'm not your community. I owe your kid fucking nothing. Like, that's healthy boundaries, all right? If you're the parent, that's your responsibility. You set the family, community, and the protection around your kid in that. Content creators, the internet, platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Netflix, YouTube, the content creators on those platforms, none of them are your kid's community. Fuck all the way fucking off. Your kid is not our responsibility, and it is so fucking unhealthy, and it crosses so many ethical boundaries to make us responsible for protecting your fucking kid. It's some absolute bullshit. Fuck your kid. Like, if you want your kid to grow up in a bubble, if you want your kid to be ultimate protected from exposure to spicy people and gay people, go be Seventh-day Adventist. Go join a cult. Go be Mormon. Go be Jehovah's Witness. Bing bong. Honest to God, I'm like, all of this already exists. If you want to exist in a bubble, go be Seventh-day Adventist. There are plenty of fucking cults out there that you can go drag yourself and your children into and never come out again. Literally, just don't bother us. Good luck suing companies that have content filters. It's like suing a car company if you were hurt in an accident because you didn't wear your seatbelt. No, 100%. 100%. Like we've had ratings. We've already had ratings on content for forever to tell parents, this is PG-13. This one has explicit content. Like, it's the parents' fucking responsibility, and I don't know where that common sense went. Especially in America, there's a problem of parents expecting others to take care of their kids. There really is. There really is. And now what's her asshole is going after the place of fans, the place of which we're not allowed to speak. So if you guys remember, like a few years ago, that platform almost went down because they were like, woo, we can't have spicy content anymore, blah, blah, blah. Same fucking lady, same asshat is now going after spicy people all over again. And it's like, ma'am, why is it always this absolute hag of a woman who has to be a fucking bitch to women, to other women? What is, like, ma'am, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just this self-righteous, salvation complexed. Words. Where it is behind an age wall. That one literally is behind an age-gated paywall. And it's like, ma'am, could you fuck all the way off? Because people are always like, and this is me really going on a tangent now, because they're all like, oh, the Cornhub has trafficking on it. OF has trafficking on it. Bitch, have you tried uploading content? Do you know how hard it is to upload content to those places? When you upload content there, it gets scanned. Cosplayers have gotten guideline violations because the scan thinks there's multiple people in it based on the cosplay. I've had cosplayer friends have their content refused to be posted until they tagged the other person. The scan actually looks for if there's multiple people. You can't post people to the hub or OF or anywhere else unless you've gone through a verification process. If you want to talk about trafficking and grooming, how about you actually look at churches? Huh? How about you look at the weird pastors who are telling little girls, infants, you get groomed from infancy to accept that your body belongs to your father, who passes you off as a living fleshlight to some good Christian man who then uses your body for his pleasure to pump out kids for him so you can be a good little trad wife and give him free labor till you die. That's grooming. That's trafficking. Like, seriously, leave spicy creators alone. They're doing their job. They're living their best life. Leave them the fuck alone. Social degeneracy is not a real thing. Like, just for the love of fuck's sake, I really would, like, my frustration is that there are so many people out there with religious neuroticism who cannot take it, to just refuse to take it to a therapist, who refuse to respect healthy boundaries, who refuse to respect ethical boundaries, and who can't get their anxiety coping mechanisms out of my life. I'm like, I left Adventism so I wouldn't have to put up with this fuckery. I left Adventism so I wouldn't have the Bible influencing my life in any way, and now you're putting it in legislation that impacts my job? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm over it. I'm so motherfucking over the bullshit. I don't want anything to do with the Bible. I want nothing to do with it. And yet, no, the Bible is what's being used to drive this anti-trafficking shit. It's the anti-corn people. The Bible, come the fuck on. The Bible's not relevant to anybody who doesn't believe in it. No one wants it in their space. If you're not Christian, nobody wants your Bible. Nobody wants your scripture that isn't even your culture, that isn't even for you, in their space. Like, the control issues. My little rant is coming from a place of being so frustrated with other people's control issues. It's like, literally, sit down, leave people alone. Your kids are not our problem. Our lifestyle is not your problem. The way that they get so bothered by it. Well, and here's the thing. Even if being gay was a chosen lifestyle, get all the way fucked. If I chose to be gay, that's my prerogative. Get wrecked. I could choose that for myself because I'm a fucking adult. If that were the case. Like, there's so many things where it comes to just adult things. Like, physical intimacy, being gay, NSFW art and expression. And another thing that bothers me, oh my God, so much of this legislation right now, so much of it, comes from a place where they're just like, you're glorifying schmexual things. You're glorifying schmex. Yes! Because it's normal! God fucking damn it, what is with people? We eat, we breathe, we sleep, we fuck. What is wrong with you? We glorify a good nap. We glorify good food. We should absolutely be able to glorify good intimacy. What the hell is wrong with people being so fucking neurotic about what normal, healthy adult things people do? Okay. We're good. Let's see. Can you tag yourself? I have no idea. I have not a fucking clue. So, honestly, yeah, the drag story time, I'm just like, listen, I promise you, you should be way more concerned about your pastor than a drag queen interacting with your kids. Hi, Nim. What you came into? Yes. We do need a drink. I mean, even I was back when I got my account was banned on Twitter. I got it back eventually. But the reason they gave me for my account being banned was like I had some professional boudoir photos done. Because, like, I support local businesses. I supported a local boudoir photographer. And I got some lovely, gorgeous photos back. I used those photos. I'm clothed in those. Like, nothing's showing. They're hot. They're hot photos. So my profile pic and my cover photo, and they were fine for ages. And then out of nowhere, they're like, you're banned because we think that you might be intending to cause arousal. And I was like, yes, I am actually intending to cause, because that's a normal thing that adults do. It's okay for adults to be sexy on purpose. Twitter, you know this, right? You know it's okay for adults to be sexy on purpose. What is wrong with you? It was that phrasing of like, maybe intended to cause arousal. Like, what are you? Like a monk? The fuck? Just got a chat. Hi, Bayama. Aw, thank you, Mochi. Thank you. Happy time zone to you. Also not talking about intimacy creates situations where people are not taught proper consent and boundary setting. Oh yeah, no. Speaking of Twitter, like yesterday I retweeted in response to this one old quack of a woman who's going, I'm a parent. And I believe that my child and any other child should not be exposed to any sex education whatsoever. So you should just hear the paper like, nothing about sex, nothing about being gay. And we're like, ma'am, if your child, heaven forbid, is ever touched inappropriately, she's not going to have the knowledge to convey it to you and tell you that something wrong is being done to them. That's the point of that sort of education, you weirdo. I know literally so many issues. Oh, thank you, Raven Dark. I've seen riskier front page pictures on Sports Illustrated. No kidding, right? No kidding. I was just like, what? Twitter be tripping. Twitter be tripping a little bit. I'm listening to this lady, and it reminds me of, because here's the thing. If you give neurotic conservative people an inch, they won't take a mile. They'll take the whole planet. Their control issues do not stop. You can't just give them like a little bit and be like, okay, they'll back off and calm down. No, you have to hold the line. You have to set concrete boundaries with them, because otherwise they'll keep it going. And then you get, oh, hi, dude. Then you get situations like what I was raised in, where, because this person's like, I don't think kids should have it. They don't stop. They will put it up until basically the only people who should have knowledge about like sex education are married people in God, right? Like, they don't believe in sex education for anybody. They'll start at kids, but I'm telling you right now, like, having grown up in what I grew up in, they don't think adults should have it either. And the 1 year I was attending a private Christian university where you could get thrown out for having sex outside of marriage, like a good chunk of the freshman class ended up contracting chlamydia because they didn't know anything about safe sex. And this church was relying on abstinence. I was like, how well did that work out? How well did applying abstinence to all of these young adults actually work out? Because now they've got chlamydia. Good job. Fine, you don't want sex ed? Okay, but we'll charge you 2 years minimum of personal certified pay therapy for your kids for their... Oh, yeah. It is wild. It is wild. That's why we lost so many in the 80s and 90s. The silence and disdain of morality cost a generation of my friends and family in multiple communities. No, 1000%. Keeping people away from access to education causes harm. Hi, Zoomies. Hi. And so, like, one of the reasons I am so spicy focused in my content, like, across my platforms, I've been very intentional about it. I know, like, for people who might have, like, recently found me from the podcast and then been like, whoa, this person makes some spicy stuff. Yeah, it's confrontational. At a baseline, a lot of what I do is very confrontational of the message that health equals marriage to one person in Jesus. Like, everything I post is a confrontation to that message, because I am living my best life. I'm having a great time. Like, I have multiple play partners. I am non-monogamous, spicy, all of that stuff. I am living the exact opposite life of what I was told would equal health. And I've done both. I've done the marriage. I got married to a Christian. All of that. So I did that. And now I'm living a heathenistic, Dionysus-esque lifestyle. And I'm happiest now. I've done the marriage. It sucked ass. And I'm living. I'm absolutely living. And so the reason that I put so much emphasis on that is I want it to be evident. I want to show people and demonstrate, actually, you can't promise health. If I were to look at you and say, hey, you need to be poly. The only way to be healthy is to have several partners and be polyamorous, I would be selling you a false claim of wellness and telling people that the only way to have a healthy relationship, the only healthy anything, is marriage between man and woman and God. That's also a false promise of wellness. And so, yeah, and if you've been seeing like a spicy bent to my content and being surprised, it's there on purpose. Because spicy is one of the things, like your schmeck's life, your food, and your lifestyle. Those are the things that a cult targets. And so, no, Caspian, no. No. Evil part of my plan. There's always evil in my plans. My gosh. Yeah, it's almost as if people are different. It's almost like what works for one person is not going to work for another. because we are all so different and we need to be flexible. Not a real quote. Not a real quote. Not a real quote. Just, aw. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. She has no name. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. So that's my little rant. That's my Rosie rant for today. Is popping off on that because it gets so very frustrating. It gets so very frustrating for me to put so much effort, to put everything on the line and start my entire life over to escape Adventism and to escape the relationship I was in, only to have the Adventist bullshit I was raised in start showing up in legislation that impacts my job. I'm not about that. I'm not cool with that. I wanted a life free of cult shit. I wanted a life that was free of that. I don't want cult shit in legislation. I don't want it. I don't want it. The whole point of me leaving Adventism is so I wouldn't have to put up with purity culture. Aw, Alia, thank you for the gift sub to Nightmare. That's very sweet of you. Thank you, thank you. Strangest thing to me is they promise health and happiness, but for me and a lot of other people tend to be happier when they leave. Yeah, same. I thought that was very ironic because Adventism is health message based, health message first, and I was like, if Adventism is so healthy, why is my health so terrible while I'm an Adventist? A ranch reward has been given. Aw. The fact that so many people think that denying themselves happiness will make them happier. Yeah, it's part of like a superstition. A lot of people, Christianity is superstition. A lot of this stuff comes down to, oh, we gotta hydrate. Like, it's this idea that if you do a specific behavior, that will equal staying safe or blessing. So, for example, like, let's say, don't step on a crack, you'll break your mom's back. And so you go through all of this effort to avoid stepping on cracks because you believe it'll keep your mom safe, just as a hypothetical, right? So superstition is also, I have to submit my body as a woman to this man in God in order to be blessed and be saved and stay safe. Still superstitious. And hi, dude, same. Hello, hello. Yeah, if I wanted to be in a cult, I would join a cult or start one. Listen, Sad Kitten, that's a conversation for another time. You have new spoons. Heat season is on. Finally got a humidifier. Oh, that's fantastic. Sometimes having a humidifier or a air conditioner, or in my case, a heating pad, like, it can make all the difference. All of the difference in the world. And technically, yes, all religion is superstition because no religion is all faith-based. It doesn't have anything concrete to substantiate itself. Know a phrase that can trigger rage in most every conservative. Yeah, referring to it as Christian mythology or lore. It tends to make them a little bit upset because they're trying to sell it as reality, and it's like, no, you need to acknowledge this is something you've put faith in, but it's not concrete. Your faith does not equal concrete reality, and therefore it is not okay to project your weird mental shit into somebody else's space about your God. That's weird, and you need to stop doing it. It's not giving love for your deity, it's giving control issues. Minding my time till I drop flyers at the local actual cult with a helpline. I guess it's one way to spend your afternoon. One thing to do. Yeah, you could do that with your time. So yeah, that's my little rant after seeing Alaska trying to put forth this bill that would let but my question is, what parents are going to have the time and energy to just start suing content creators? And I feel like some content creators are going to get dogpiled. Like, There's some spicy content creators I follow, the ones who have like a couple million followers. I'm just like, are they going to get dogpiled for money by these weird parents? Like, is this going to become the new thing where, because I've noticed this. I've noticed that a lot of conservative civilians hate to see spicy women succeed. They will go out of their way to punish spicy women just for existing, for daring to succeed, for daring to make a paycheck. They will go, like, if you're just living your life and there's no moral consequence, you're literally just living, they will go out of their way to forcibly punish you because they think that's what you deserve. And if you're not being actively punished by your environment, they will go out of their way to correct that wrong in their head. And so this is what this feels like. It feels like a lot of angry, conservative, control freak people saw spicy people succeed on certain platforms like OF. Like, it's like they saw these women pull in all of this money and be happy and succeed and travel, be carefree, and they got mad about it and took it personally. And now they're like, well, we're going to find ways to take your money away and punish you and stress you out just for making your bag, for daring not to roll over and die in the dark. We're going to punish you for not being the lowest of the low and daring to exist and be visible in society. Like, it's really discouraging. It's really discouraging to see that type of horrible attitude from people, or it's just like, you could just leave women alone, right? You could just leave women alone. If she doesn't want to be a trad wife, or maybe, like, and here's what really discourages me, is that a lot of spicy people, a lot of spicy creators are struggling with a chronic illness. They're a single parent or they are on disability. And the spicy content they make is what pays the bills. It's what keeps them alive. And in many ways, a lot of this the anti-corn movement is an ableist movement. It's very, not only is it pulling in a lot of money by selling you a false idea about trafficking, but they also have absolutely no problem pulling the rug out from under people who don't have any other labor accessible to them. It's just like, well, you want to ban corn. What labor is accessible to the people who were relying on it? Do you have a backup plan? Because they don't. They expect you to just figure it out. And it's like, no, there was no other labor accessible. What the fuck? And of course, like, the same people who will pull that financial rug out from under you will not improve social services. They will not make sure that somebody who is doing that work due to a disability will have better disability benefits to make up for the loss of that income. Yeah, hi. Hello, Canarule. Welcome back. So, yeah, that's kind of where it's where my head has been. No, for real, get a job. No, not that job. And it's like, well, this is the job that was accessible, right? And that was very much the case for me, is that was the labor that got me out of an abusive relationship. And I think there's an aspect to it, like, there's such a huge push. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but it's like there's this cultural push to make women go back to the kitchen, where it's almost like, I know you don't want to, so we're going to force your head back down there. Like, we're going to make you take it, and not in a consensual way. We're going to take away labor opportunities. We're going to take away educational opportunities. We're going to take away access to abortion. We're going to take away all of these things so that you are trapped where we want you to be. It doesn't matter if you don't want to be there. We're going to take away anything and everything. So we're going to take away spicy labor. We're going to take away your ability to not have, like, basically, there are... This one breaks my heart, because ever since Roe v. Wade went down, the amount of assaults that went up of men intentionally like, basically being like, well, you can't legally get rid of this kid, so I'm going to force you to have it, so you're stuck with me, is unreal. Like the way that it went up almost immediately with people deciding, well, you can't get an abortion in this state anymore, so I'm just going to forcibly put a baby in you and you can't do anything about it. And unfortunately, they're giving rights to the guy who commits the assault over the kid and parental rights, and it's like, what in the Gilead are we living right now? I feel like they just want to remove all people with disabilities but won't say it because of the whole you must have done something terrible or your parents did to deserve to have to deal with that. No, the way that society has such a thinly veiled disdain and hatred for people with disabilities, it's scary. As somebody who I'm scared of it. Like, heaven forbid, like, that I get in a position where I qualify for disability, because there's been discussion recently about disability in D&D, disability in fantasy settings. Hey, Pandora System. So there's kind of just this discussion has basically been, well, if you're in a magic setting, you'd use magic to fix yourself. There's no people trying to claim there's no disability in a fantasy setting because you could just fix yourself. And it's like, if you don't like disabled people existing, you just say so. Just say that. Yeah. Have a lot of issues, will likely have to go on disability for a while. Public opinion shifted against them. They're scrambling to clamp down on everyone, desperate to not lose control of what they have. No, it's been so loud, and it's just the worst people have microphones. Like Just Pearly Things, Ben Shapiro, like all of these, like Tate's, like, why? The fact that so many people gave these people so much money to be awful and wrong. As someone who knows the origins of the changeling myth, I'm not surprised by the sheer contempt society has for any disability. No, straight up. And you also see it in anti-LGBTQ plus rhetoric. Like, you see it in those parents who are like, I need there to be, my child can never be exposed to anything gay because they might turn out gay. And it's like, so you don't love your kid. You only love your kid if they turn out a certain way, and all of your fear is based on your kid being exposed to something. And that exposure theory is so fucked up, because you don't become something just because you're exposed to it. That's not how brains work. But you can see it. You can see it in those parents where they don't actually really love their kid. They love their kid in a specific context, but not unconditionally. And it's like, if you're not prepared for the possibility your kid will come out gay, you shouldn't have a kid. Straight up. Like, just don't be doing that. Let's see. It's because they're giving a platform to the loudest people, and the louder you are, the dumber you are. Yeah, right? Tell me you don't know what love is without saying you're conservative. Hi, Bane. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, I don't know. It's just that eternal frustration of being like, listen, I don't want to be Christian. I don't want to be conservative. I don't want to restrict my voice and my content to suit your child's development or what you think your child's development should look like. I want nothing to do with that. I just want to live my life, make my content, use my voice, do content the way that I want to do content. And if you don't think your kid should be exposed to my content, block me. Do your due diligence and use the protections that are already in your device to keep your kid from accessing things. Like, people are like, for the Alaska thing, if somebody posts NSFW content to Reddit, they could be sued by a parent. And I'm like, why did the parent let their kid on Reddit in the first place? What kind of unhinged idiot lets a minor on Reddit? No, like, I would counter sue for neglect and be like, you idiot, you're the one who's letting your kid on Reddit. Dumbass. Dummy. Like, keep your kid on YouTube Kids, all right? That's where they're supposed to be. Just keep them over there. No, it's straight Reddit. Good luck finding my real identity, Karen. Exposure only makes gay people realize they're gay, and also the same applies to everything. I know that would also be a curious question to me, is how they expect to do lawsuits on people if, like, content creators are not real name first. So it's like you could send stuff to our emails, but, like, especially if we're, like, on the other, because as a Canadian, I don't know how much Alaska, if, like, a parent in Alaska took my content personally and decided to, like, I don't know if they could do that across, like, the border. Reddit is not a place for kids. Absolutely not. Like, Reddit is a place that should be 18 plus. Yeah, exposure only makes gay people come to terms with being gay. Around 15 years ago or so, they found a Greek translation of the Jesus sermon. Yeah, there's a lot of different things floating around that never made it into the canon of the Bible. But for some reason, a lot of what did make it isn't that great. It's not peak content. Yeah, how would you sue someone from a different country? But I'm also like, let's say somebody in Alaska decides to sue somebody way down in, like, Florida. How's that going to work? Practically speaking, how do you sue somebody in a different state? Like, I don't understand how this would be practical. No, straight up, kids are sneaky. Kids are very much sneaky, which is why you should educate them, not restrict them. I saw so much fucked up shit on Reddit as a kid. Yeah, we all saw some. For me, it was Omegle. Omegle was. And here's the thing. Like, I also don't take this crap about protecting kids on the internet seriously because, number one, if you are paying attention, you can put stuff on your kid's device to see who they're talking to. If you're actually like, I'm not worried about kids being exposed to titties because titties are not a public health hazard. It's definitely better for their development for them to, like, be exposed to stuff as their brain develops and, like, meet it at that developmental level, but their synapses aren't going to melt. They're going to be fine. If you're actually worried, though, about, like, a predator talking to your kid, stay on top of your kid's device. That's a you problem, dude. Like, you're a kid, you're your problem. Yeah, Omegle was something else back in the day. And I'm like, listen, we used to open up our emails and see, like, and I was talking with a friend and being like, man, don't you miss the days when, like, the worst that you would get was opening up your email to hey, I'm a Nigerian prince and I have $1 million for you, or it's a video of in the Middle East, like, or supposedly. I'm like, we survived. We were fine. Nobody's brain melted. You would think that, but my brother found a way around the spyware my parents found on our phones. Well, and that's the thing, though, is, like, you gotta keep checking because, like, kids are going to be sneaky. Kids are going to do things like try to get around the spyware, so you keep checking. You actually have to be proactive. You can't be lazy and depend on things like the spyware on your kid's device to do the full thing. You have to check it daily. And it's one of the reasons I don't want kids, is I don't have the energy to do that. I think that, yeah, it is your responsibility as a parent to stay on top of what your kid does online, what your kid has access to, and that would take so much work and effort. And if you're not doing it, don't have a kid. Like, no. After top surgery won't be a content violation because not having Ah, let's look. Love that for you. Love that for you. I grew up in the age of unmoderated AOL chat rooms. Woo! Yeah, do you remember the age of like people being 14 years old and then having a 36-year-old tell them, I'm going to yeet myself, and then like at 14 trying to like manage the mental health of some 36-year-old man on the internet? Protecting the children's just an excuse to strip people of their fundamental rights while glossing over real threats like clergy and youth coaches. No, 100%. And I think like so many of us are kind of fed up with where the protection priority has been, as like with the United States, you're like, oh, you care about kids? You care about kids' safety. Well, where's your gun laws, dude? Huh? Huh? You've got kids who are living with the very real threat of just one day some asshat walks into their classroom and lights it up. Like, where are your comprehensive gun laws if you give a shit about kids? No, apparently, like, content creators existing as adults talking about adult stuff and, or heaven forbid, being gay on the internet is what is a problem for kids, is what's dangerous for kids. But somebody being able to just walk into their classroom and blow it sky high isn't a problem. Like, where's the priority? Same with banning TikTok, where they're out here being like, TikTok needs to sell, or we're banning it in the States. Don't you have bigger problems than an app? What are you doing? You literally had a train crash and spill, like, massive, like, biohazard spill. And it turns out that's part of an even bigger problem stemming all the way back. Like, you're losing human rights left, right, and center. What the heck? Why are you focused on TikTok? Why do you give a shit? Why are you focused on the internet? The fact that the United States is so fucking concerned about the internet when they've got all this other shit going on, it's like, could you put your attention where it matters? Because we're not losing, like, you can't distract us. We can multitask. We can see that, like, this issue here that you're focusing on and still be like, hey, fix that one. Like, you can't distract the audience anymore. What about the other, yeah, all the zillions of apps owned by Chinese companies? No, the thing is with TikTok is we all know that's fishy. We all know that's sus. There's no good reason to sell it or ban it unless there was, like, I guess that's my conspiracy theory, is because the US is all about capitalism, right? It's all about uplifting the market. TikTok is competition. They're supposed to like competition, and forcing them, getting the government involved. Because if the thing is being like, we can't compete with TikTok, running to the government to shut down your competition means you just don't have a good enough product and you couldn't step it the fuck up. Yeah, as long as spice content's done by consenting adults, it's ethical, but they're removing the ethical stuff. Yeah, like, they cannot seem to... There's so many people who do not understand there is a profound difference between consenting, enthusiastic content and trafficking. They're not the same thing, and it's so infantilizing. It's so frustrating, the way that people look at adults consensually making content and be like, you're being trafficked, you're being exploited, blah, blah, blah. You're also being exploited, hun. You can't go to the bathroom without asking your boss permission. Okay? What do you mean? Like, you're doing construction. I can see the inflammation in your knuckles, sir. What do you mean I'm being exploited? Like, sorry, under capitalism, we're all selling our bodies. Get fucked. In wargaming, that's what you call a distraction carnifex. Putting a big bug or issue, in this case, throw off your opponent while you take care of your other objectives. Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of us are really, really fucking tired of it. They take away the validity of your consent by not respecting your judgment. Yes. So no, it is very infantilizing. It is very frustrating to have grown adults tell you, a grown adult, that you don't understand your own situation, your own labor, when they don't even participate in that labor themselves. Yeah. So that's kind of like my little human rights, free speech rant for the day. Because yes, sometimes we definitely do get political here. Politics do impact our life. We should actually talk about it. Saying you don't have the ability to have bodily autonomy. Can't survive under capitalism without selling some part of yourself, or in Penguin Orca's case, selling plutonium. Where you got plutonium, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. No. I'm not asking questions. Ooh. So yeah, that's just... It's been very frustrating because what I see coming, if this trajectory continues, the internet is about to get neutered. And some of the content that I really love and enjoy making, I won't be able to. Like, basically what I'm looking at is my free speech, my right to expression is going to be impeded by conservative trad values, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it whatsoever. It's, yeah, very, very frustrating. Oh, why would you conjure them plutonium? Why would you do this? They got it off Amazon in Minecraft. Oh my gosh, you pay Pengu for coffee in plutonium. What kind of expensive ass coffee are you handing out, Penguin Orca? What? What? But yeah, I like, as a Canadian, it bothers me that this is all still going to impact my life because a lot of the servers for social media, anything, are in the US. But yeah, this is something that I am definitely anxious about. Just a little bit. Nobody's happy these days. This is true, and there's part of me that's so sad I didn't get out of Adventism years sooner, because like I missed the heyday of the internet. I missed MySpace. I missed Facebook's rise. I missed YouTube's rise. Like, I missed creating content back in like the heyday, and I'm sad about it. I'm sad that I'm getting the shitty end of the internet that's being neutered by conservative values. I'm upset about it. I'm sad about it. I'm just like, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I want. I don't want this cult shit hanging over my life. But it is what it is. At the moment, I am desperately hoping that at some point research and common sense holds out in regards to legislation in the US. I can't believe Trump and Biden are the ones up again. We're all stressed out. Like, I can't with the US. Could you guys just pick different candidates, please? You are stressing the rest of the planet out. We don't want seriously, we don't like either of those options for you. Scrap both of them, start over, come to the table with different people, okay? Enough with the weird old white men. They've had their moments, and now they're senile. They're barely cognizantly here. Oh yes. No, the problem is with the tighter regulation, the more criminalization, the more unsafe things become. You're wonderful. Aw, thank you, Melvin. In the American people's defense, we didn't pick them. Isn't that the point of democracy? You guys are supposed to be under a democracy. What the fuck are you voting for? Conservatives are so weird. Jesus told them to stay out of things and pay taxes, and they don't listen. No, straight up. Said she was looking forward to Trump and JFK running for president. JFK? Isn't JFK dead? Because if you're saying that I said I was looking forward to this, I absolutely am not. You have definitely not been paying attention. And what I'm saying is Trump and Biden are running for president and nobody's excited about it. Like, please. Yeah, legally they're dead. Yeah, we needed neither. You guys needed neither option. You really do. That's, at this point, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And this is so true. Like, Christians are actually supposed to just mind their own business and wait for Jesus to come again. Which they are seemingly, completely incapable of doing. I have no idea who that is, Billy. That's what they want you to think. Is it? Her democracy in name only at this point. I have no idea what Clone High is either. Not a clue. Mercy. Sorry, there's gonna be a little bit of yawning today. I'm in a nap-ish zone. Because I spent all my brain cells. So we're going to here. Oh, I was already tuckered out. We were already there. Issue is the government voting third parties throwing away your vote, which means it is, but only because you become addicted to second party system. The QAnon conspiracy theory that you mentioned earlier. I'm like, what QAnon conspiracy theory? I have no recollection of this. Let's see. Oh, thank you for lurking. Junior supposedly running on a third-party ticket. His running mate would be Aaron Rodgers. Okay. So it's like JFK. How was Himbo's night out? Oh, he had a good time. It was just spending like a casual night with friends. I was like, what? He's not going out. Oh, last week. One of those days where you're like, I am sleepy, but I can't sleep because it is 4 in the afternoon. Which, to be honest, I could probably use some coffee right now. There we go. Group nap. Ugh, wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't that be lovely? This government is pay to play. Most of the younger people don't have millions of billions to spend to even attempt becoming president. I know, and that really is such a shame that a lot of government positions come down to who is able to pay for it. Bastard. like the curse we have. Or the relic we have. And honestly, we probably do need... we need some solution to the pay-to-play thing. So that people who are qualified can have a shot. Want it? Ooh, woo voice. Oh, we could have a nap stream, I guess, but this chair would be very uncomfortable for me to try to sleep in. I think that would be... what? Also, where's my coffee? I want coffee. I have to have money for alleged wives. I mean, if you haven't bribed a government official, are you really living? I would say not. We're just gonna go this way. 20% of people are wackadoodles on one side, and then on the other, and 60% of people just want to ignore the whole process. And that's the thing that I am like, no. No ignoring. You gotta pay attention. This stuff does impact your life, and insecure, anxious avoidance isn't going to keep you safe. Avoiding the thing is not actually going to do anything for you substantial. This way has a lot of fighting. It looks like most of the ways have fighting though. So we're gonna go with the way that gives us food. That's important. Oh, and also lots of silk. We want a green party nomination that seals it. Oof. Mercy. It's 5 p.m. It is literally 5 p.m. Why is my body like this? Listen, unfortunately, public executions is technically taking a step backwards in regards to morals and ethics as a society. For some reason. Which is probably for the best, because if you were to execute conservative politicians for accepting bribes, well then they're gonna be like, well, we can publicly execute you for being gay. We'd have no politicians left. You know what, maybe that's not such a problem. And it's super what AOC, like the there was one American politician I had really liked, Cortez, I think, or something like that, and she just paired up with what they used to call themselves the morality police of the internet, which should really tell you everything about them. And so she goes and pairs up with this group, and I'm like, girl, no, this group does damage to me. AOC. So no, she's paired up with a very nasty group recently, and that was also very discouraging to see. I was like, no, don't fall for that. Yeah. So no, she's paired up with this organization that causes a lot of harm to spicy people. And like, it's one of those conflates trafficking with spicy work. A little bit of a hit there, but that's okay. Whee! Oh, we got one more. Aha! We're doing so very good on this round. It worked for the French, just get rid of the bourgeoisie. It's tempting. It's looking more and more tempting every single day, I gotta say. Oh. Jesus. These rooms are the worst. And you have these fuckers. Ah! Just, no. Stop. Yeah, they did go that way, and it's really sad. It's really saddening to see. Because she's so based on so many other things. Like, girl, not that good. Why? Like, that group's a problem. Also, what is making poison over here? Yeah, we'll just start the government all over. You have crispy chicken tendies and cheesy rice. That sounds absolutely delicious. I'm jealous. So you go that way or this way. I think we should go this way. AOC was a money chaser from the start. Oh yeah? Yeah, that is so sad. So sad to see. But it really is a money grab. There is so much money in anti-corn, anti-trafficking groups. It is a full-on industry. Ah, that's right. I take your devotion. My devotion now. Ow. Okay, that's one. Whew. EP. EP. But technically I'm EP for good reasons, so... It's fine. Listen, if I really wanted to be a cult leader, it'd be game over for you bitches. Just take all of those pastor's kid manipulation skills to good use that you learned from watching your parents behind the pulpit. Like, my goodness, if pastors' kids truly decided to enter their villain era, post-EP, well, like, it is current EP. Overall weapon damage increase. Hi, Patrick Gaiman, welcome back. Chaos will decide the victor. All the way down. Gotta keep on going. Referring to the game? I see. I am very lucky that I somehow ducked that. so sorry. I literally can't stop yawning. Oh, I should have taken a nap this afternoon. I didn't want to though, because I put on this really nice makeup. And I didn't want to possibly ruin it by lying down. I also possibly ruin a pillowcase with blue eyeshadow. But a nap would have been great. Excellent. Go to sleep. Well, the thing is, it is currently 5 p.m. and I'll probably be eating supper. Oh my gosh, there I go again. Wah! Yeah, make some coffee. I really do just want, I actually do just want a coffee. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I do this. I'm going to make myself a quick coffee. I have a Keurig, so it'll be done in like 2 minutes. Yeah, just give me a second. I am going to make myself a coffee. I will be right back. Okay, I'm here. Coffee has been acquired. I am saved. Everything will be okay now. Thank you for looking, Canarule. Thank you, thank you. That's much better. Already, immediately much better. Okay, we will fight off the Eepee. It has been a long day of splashing bandits, but we got this. What the? Okay, we're fine. What? No, we're not fine. What just happened? I may have to restart the stream. That is very odd. Because Streamlabs froze.